John Henry, he could hammer.
In the heart of Bengal, where the Ganges weaves tales of ancient wisdom, resides a soul as intricate as the landscapes he designs. Prasad Ranjan Das, a master architect and town planner, yet beyond the precise lines and curves of his creations, breathes a dreamer.
হাতুড়ির তালে তালে গান গেয়ে শীষ দিয়ে খুশি মনে কাজ করে রাত দিন।
An artist whose imagination knows no bounds. Under the pen name Ranjan Prasad, he crafts not just pieces, but verses, poems, and stories, where every word is a stroke of his boundless creativity, effortless, natural, and profoundly moving. His musical journey is a kaleidoscope of roots. His voice, deep and melodious, flows like a river.
নাম তার ছিল জন হেনরি, ছিল যেন জীবন্ত ইঞ্জিন। নাম তার ছিল জন হেনরি।
Revered as the Balladeer of Bengal, Ranjan Prasad is a man of many hues, an architect not just of buildings, but of emotions, stories, and songs.
খুশি মনে কাজ করে রাত দিন। Ballad is a lyrical presentation of a story. It tells a tale. A balladeer, because he reflects his time, the story of the mankind, he has to be honest. He has to see with compassion, and he has to have a wisdom to reflect the happenings around him, and it should be true. I started my career, my musical career, to be a folk singer, to be a country musician, because country music always enthralled me. And because I was also traveling during my official assignments, I could meet with common people and try to learn from them, and my vision was to be a country musician. But then my teacher, one of my teachers, Hemango Vishwas, told me that you don't have a Gharana. What you have is a Bahirana. You have to talk about your own people. And there I got the idea that if I have to tell the story of my people, I have to learn very hard, study very hard, and not only entertainment, I have to be a reflector of the time and people around me, like every balladeer is. A successful balladeer has to be very wise to tell about his own time.
শেষে এলো রে সেই দিন, অতি দায়িত্ব কঠিন, হুকুমনামা পাঠালো সরকার, ওপরওয়ালার আদেশে দিল আমাকেই শেষে কেনারামকে কতল করার ভার। কেনারাম
Born on 7th of July 1947 in Bhawanipur, South Kolkata, Ranjan Prasad was a descendant of the illustrious Das family of Bikrampur, Bangladesh, a lineage steeped in boldness and revolutionary spirit. Ranjan's family hails names like Deshbandhu Chittaranjan Das, one of the icons of our freedom movement, and the political preceptor of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. The Doon School founder Satish Ranjan Das and Sudhi Ranjan Das, Chief Justice of India and the Vice Chancellor of Vishwa Bharati, a heritage which was a tapestry of courage, undaunted spirit, and intellect. Ranjan's father, Barrister Pradosh Ranjan Das, and mother Ashalata Devi nurtured this legacy in a home that echoed with patriotic songs of Atul Prasad, Rajinikanto, Tijendra Lal, Rabindranath, and Nazrul. Revolutionaries including Sri Aurobindo and Subhash Chandra Bose often found refuge within its walls, where the fire of independence burned brightly.
As a small boy, I spent my childhood in Purulia. Purulia was then within Bihar. There was no electricity and it was surrounded by small hillocks, wood all around and nature all around. In fact, I spent my childhood within Mother Nature. I became fascinated to tribal music because after the whole day's play, I used to play in with the local boys who used to go with the cows and buffaloes. They were my friends. They call Bagal in Purulia. And I was quite a good archer because they made me a bow and an arrow and I could shoot any fruit that I wanted to eat. I was very good at that. In my childhood, we used to learn things through the slate and chalk. And there was a kerosene lamp that was burning in the room for giving the light to study. And that light slowly cast a shadow, my shadow on the wall that was much larger than me, and it fascinated me. A world of hallucination. Then from a long distance, the tribal music used to come to me. Ditang ditang hede tanitang din keta din takita ditang hede tanitang din keta din takita ditang. That absolutely pulled me away from home. Almost every moonlit night, I was found in the nearby villages, and they knew that I was a boy of that Das's house. They would carry me there. The boy who used to be a lover of that music still is fascinated by the music of the soil.
চেনা পথে হেঁটে যেতে যেতে থমকিয়ে যেত পা, বট গাছটার বাঁধানো বেদিতে এখনো ঝরে পাতা।
সেই চেনা পথে হেঁটে যেতে যেতে থমকিয়ে যেত পা, বট গাছটার বাঁধানো বেদিতে এখনো ঝরে পাতা। গাছটা পেরিয়ে সেই চেনা মাঠে আমাদের কৈশোর, বিদ্যালয়ের প্রাঙ্গণে কত সূর্যোদয়ের ভোর।
Purulia's childhood happiness did not last long. At the age of 8.5 years, Ranjan was admitted to Ballygunge Government High School, Kolkata by Uncle Sudhi Ranjan Das. And Ranjan today is a proud alumnus of this esteemed educational institution.
টাওয়ার ক্লকের টিকটক টিকটক বয়ে চলে গঙ্গায় জল।
After completing school, Ranjan took admission in Shibpur Bengal Engineering College and graduated in architecture and town planning. And the cherished relationship with his alma mater, B College, still continues.
বিশপস কলেজ থেকে বি কলেজ জুড়ে আছে সারা অন্তর।
The relationship with Ranjan spans over 60 years now. We both entered college in 1964 through the first gate of Bengal Engineering College, Shibpur. During that period, we, particularly Ranjan and myself, came from a family who had taken part in the independence movement. And so we had a fascination for the life of the common people. And we wanted to talk about the common people more in our languages and interactions. At that time, the modern music environment was changing. And we were attracted very much to the international musicians like Paul Robeson, like Bob Dylan, like Pete Seeger and Harry Belafonte, etc. It was the way he converted the song Jamaica Farewell into Bengali attracted the entire Bengali community and the community at large. And this catapulted him into a very high position as far as artists were concerned.
অজস্র বর্ষের বিশাল দ্বীপ রয়ে গেছে আজও অক্ষয়। এখানে
In the early 1960s, a young Ranjan Prasad watched Loving You on a Sunday morning and was captivated by Elvis Presley and his guitar. Inspired, he dreamt of becoming a guitarist and composing his own songs. However, his family vehemently opposed this passion, only fueling Ranjan's determination. Upon entering B College, he managed to acquire an old guitar and during class breaks, honed his skills and composed songs.
অসীমের সন্ধানী আমরা সবাই আগামী দিনের কারিগর।
Parallelly, his specialization continued as he obtained his postgraduate degree from Delhi School of Planning and Architecture.
Hang down your head, Tom Dooley. Hang down your head and cry. Hang down your head, Tom Dooley. Poor boy, you're bound to die. Met her on the mountain. After completing my school, I went to study in Bengal Engineering College, a famous engineering college of the time. We had to stay in a hostel. And there, somehow I got hold of a guitar. And I started strumming and started making my own initial song. In one program, not in college, outside, my friends took me because Himango Bishas was supposed to be a guest artist there to sing. So because he was late, I was put on the stage to fill that time. So I still remember I was singing this song. If you miss this train I'm on, you will know that I have gone. You can hear the whistle blow 100 miles. 100 miles, 100 miles, 100 miles, 100 miles. You can hear the whistle blow 100 miles. Before I could finish the song, there was a pull on my shirt. I found that Himango Bishas had arrived on the wings. He was there in the stage, but before entering the stage, in his exact Sylheti parlance, he told me, "Tumi jaiyo na, tumi thako." and I enjoyed his complete show. After the show, he called me, "Asho to এদিকে, তুমি যে কটখান ধরছিলা আরেকবার ধরো তো." So I, with some hesitation, I took the guitar and played the chord, and he sang, "Amar moina khuboe khunali dhanoni daboe no saulae sira bhazi din bati bhori bhori khavoe." And he said, "Tumi je ganta gaisila, the song you sang was from far land. It was, but what I sang is a lullaby from Assam. But you see how much it was similar, because it is the man who sings. So everywhere in the world, music goes without a passport. It is a traveler, eternal traveler without a passport." And from that day, my training started. I immediately accepted him as my guru, and training started for many years. I learned many things from him, and well, I'm very grateful to my teacher.
কোথা হতে তুমি এসেছো পথিক, বলো কোথায় তোমার দেশ? শ্মশান ভূমিতে জনম আমার, শয্যা বিছানো সমাধি তলে। দিন দিন কেটে যায়, ঘড়ির কাঁটায় বেড়া দিন।
Well, long back, when I was third year in B College, a boy came to study there, 2 years junior to me. He was also interested in music. And he told me that his Major Dada, who is in Presidency College, also sings with the guitar, and he wanted me to meet him. Actually, he was none other than Pradeep Chakrabarty Bula, who took me first to their house, and where I met Gautam Chakrabarty. Both of us, we liked each other, and we became friends. Exchanged our thoughts, quarreled, loved each other till the last day of his life. His first program when he made a band called Mohiner Ghoraguli, I was there in Jogesh Mai Academy, and I sang a few songs with them. They backing me with orchestra. Gautam did the harmony, and well, eventually, the last program of Gautam Chakrabarty Nozrul Moncho, Gan 99, I was there beside him without knowing that he is going to go to the land of telephone, where my telephone will not reach him.
Television came into Kolkata on 9th August 1975. I recall sometime early 1976, I got a call from Bulbuldi, All India Radio, that there's a young chap, Ranjan Prasad, you can try him out. At that point of time, I used to do 7 programs every week, including a program called Youth Time. So this young chap walks in with a guitar, comes to my room, I ask him to sing something, and he sings. and I thought he was okay and I should give him a chance. So that was the beginning. One thing I found in him is that a very unique quality. He could adapt himself to various situations, and like a true folk singer, he could sort of adapt himself to even singing without any musical accompaniment.
আমি আগে করি শহরবাসীর চরণ বন্দনা আর কলিকাতার আজব কথা করিব বর্ণনা শুনেন বন্ধুগণ শুনেন আজিকার এই মহানগর সেদিন কোথায় ছিল আর শুনেন বলি কেমন করে গোড়া পত্তন হলো
হাতে রাখো হাত এসো চলি একসাথে এসো ভেলায় ওঠো যাব নতুন ঠিকানায় যেতে হবে দূর সময় যে যায় চলে যায়
I used to see my father talking to Ranjan Prasad for hours. They used to talk about Beethoven, Mozart, they used to talk about contemporary music at that point of time. They used to talk about Sholil Chaudhuri. My journey as a music composer is actually is something to do with my childhood, where I used to see this man with his guitar. He used to sing his own compositions. He used to transcribe different Western composers, songwriter, composer. He used to transcribe in Bengali language and used to sing. And we are absolutely bewildered to witness that. So I am part of that generation. And his knowledge about Western classical music, and he was very inspiring.
You see, at that point of time, if you remember, Mohiniyar Ghoraguli was a rage, absolute rage. And I remember to have recorded Mohiniyar Ghoraguli with Gautam. I still recall the song, one particular song, Bolo Durge Go Ma. What a fascinating song it was. Ranjan was very much with Gautam. And therefore, he had that kind of a fan following already. Because Mohiniyar Ghoraguli, as I told you, was quite popular.
And Gautam Chattopadhyay, who is my guru, he used to talk a lot about Ranjan Prasad. And she was an inspiration not only to me, to the our entire generation. He was inspiration to entire generation. And he is a man who used to go to any invitation, whether there is 12 or 15 or 16, if they are creating music, they could access Ranjanda. That was his persona. That wherever something new is happening, I'm there. I'm with you.
নীরবে দাঁড়ায় বিশাল ছায়ার মতন জানালায় শূন্য দু চোখ মেলে কোনো কথা বলতে কি চায় হে প্রিয় সঙ্গী আমার স্বপ্নেই জড়িয়ে থাকো সব কিছু শেষ হয়ে যায় স্বপ্নেরা ফুরায় না গো
I think, the fond memories that I have is of Ranjan Kaku coming to our house, and whenever he would come down, there would be music. Music was generally a part of our household. But whenever he would come down, he would play some of his new stuff, and they would talk about music. I remember that. And with music being, I think, one of the most important thing in their lives, that is something which helped them bond together also. And yeah, music would always be a part of their interactions. And so rather than them performing on stage, I've witnessed that once in Max Muller Bhavan in 1999, where I was performing with my father. Where basically my father was performing with Lok Kichana. We were backing him. We were the backup band, and so after our set was over, my father invited Ranjan to come up on stage and to perform. And then he was about to take a break, and then Ranjan was like, no, you need to be on stage with me and let's do this together.
সৌরলোকের এক সুদূর কোণে গ্রহ এক পৃথিবী প্রহর গণে সেই পৃথিবীর বুকে একটি শহর কলকাতা শোনে তার রাতের খবর ঘুম নেই চোখে তার ঘুম নেই চোখে তার ভাষাহীন নিশীথে সীমাহীন
আমার পাশে বসে আছেন রঞ্জনদা, এবং এই যে পাশে বসা এটাও বহুদিনের ব্যাপার। আমার নিজস্ব গানের যে পথ চলা, সেখানে বাংলা গানের ইতিহাসের একজন কিংবদন্তি, তার সঙ্গে যে আমার দেখা হয়ে গেল, এটা একটা সমাপতন। এটা হয়তো দেখা হবারই ছিল, এবং আমাদের হয়তো একসঙ্গে স্টেজে আমরা খুব কম সময় ছিলাম, কিন্তু স্টেজের পেছনের যে ব্যাপারটা, যে একে অন্যের গান নিয়ে চর্চা করা, সেই বিষয়টা কিন্তু যবে থেকে শুরু হয়েছিল আর থামেনি, এবং এখনো চলছে।
Prasad Ranjan served the government of West Bengal as the chief architect and ex officio chief engineer of the Public Works Department, PWD, until his retirement on July 31st, 2007. His expertise extended beyond government service as he played a pivotal role on the building and campus committees of esteemed institutions like the Bengal Engineering and Science University, Jadavpur University, Calcutta University, and Vishva Bharati University. A revered academic, he was a guest professor at Jadavpur University, an honorary professor and advisor at PMCA Orissa, and served as the director of the School of Architecture and Planning, Dehradun.
I'm very grateful to my people to have given me this opportunity to serve them as a young architect of PWD long time ago, and retired as the chief architect Bengal. During my tenure, when I first joined, my first project I remember, because I was very romantic about that. It was on the hills, Medic project. It was for tourism, and since then I fell in love with the hills, and that love never to die.
তিস্তা ছাড়িয়ে বনের ধারে পাহাড় সীমায় আকাশ পারে নিরালা ঘর বেঁধে রব দুজনে মন ছুটে যায় বন বিজনে পাহাড়ি পথ তোমার মায়ায় বারে বারে এমন হারায় শহর ছেড়ে খোঁজে ঠিকানা পাইন বনে হিমেল হাওয়ায়।
Thereafter I worked from Sikkim border to the Sundarbans for many projects of all the departments, because chief architect was responsible from the concept to the commissioning, and Interestingly, what I can mention here, among the many hundreds of buildings, I cannot mention all because I have retired quite a long time ago, but they are all like my children. I was requested by the Education Department to design a building in my own college, BE College, an 8-story new administration building. And I was quite surprised because as a small boy, young archin of BE College, my professors wouldn't believe that this boy can someday be a chief architect and design something as a tribute to his own alma mater. The building stands, and I give my salute to them that, come professor, my building still stands.
Where have all the flowers gone? Long time passing. Where have all the flowers gone? Long time ago. Where have all the flowers gone? Young girls pick them one by one. When will they ever learn? When will they ever learn?
In the early 1960s, this song by Pete Seeger, based on the backdrop of global harmony, moved Ranjan profoundly.
I heard Pete Seeger songs when I was a student. Little boxes on the hillside, little boxes made of ticky-tacky, little boxes, and they all look just the same. They're a blue one, and a pink one, and a green one, and a yellow one, and they're all made out of ticky-tacky, and they all look just the same. So this man always fascinated me. Where have all the flowers gone? If you miss me at the back of a bus. But I met him many years after I was singing his songs. I was translating from him. He once came to Calcutta because Revered University wanted to give him honoris causa doctorate. And on that occasion, he also gave a concert in 3 places, one Nazrul Mancho, one Asiatic Society, Rabindranath University, and Bangla Academy Nandan Complex. I was there in all. But what was interesting, how he came to know me, because of his advanced age, he told people that for the huge show at Nazrul Mancho, he wanted somebody to balance the sound, a person in Calcutta who can play the guitar and tenor banjo at the same time. I went there, all the PWD officers and all security officers from the police, they were there. They were also very surprised that chief architect has come with a guitar and singing. But the sound balance was so good, well done by the sound engineers. They also thanked me, and I was given 2 tickets for that evening. That was my prize. And later I came to know that Mr. Seeger told others that the sound balance was very good, and he was very happy with that. And I met him on the following day. Since then, he was very kind to continue the friendship because I was much junior to him. Who am I before him?
আহা ছোট্ট মেয়ের নাম প্রিয়দর্শিকা, আহা ছোট্ট মেয়ের নাম প্রিয়দর্শিকা, ঝর্ণা যে চঞ্চল সোনালি রোদের চেয়ে উজ্জ্বল অন্ধকারে যেন প্রাণে দীপশিখা আহা ছোট্ট মেয়ের নাম প্রিয়দর্শিকা।
The most lasting memory I have about my childhood is that I grew up in a house where music was omnipresent. I think I was naturally drawn to my father when he was playing his guitar or singing, and I remember wanting to sing just like him. In fact, he noticed my inclination and he wrote a song about me.
আহা বিচ্ছু মেয়ের নাম প্রিয়দর্শিকা।
সূর্যের দ্বীপে আমার গ্রাম, সাত পুরুষের ধন আমার, বাপ পিতে মোর গায়ের ঘাম, দিয়ে গড়া এই খেতে খামার, সোনার দূরে স্বপ্ন নীল সিন্ধুতে বিন্দুটি, ঝরনা ঝরা সবুজ বন, তারি গান গায় আমার।
When I think back now about how my father could function as an architect planner by the day and an artist and a musician by night, a lot of the credit goes to my mother, who stood by him like a rock-solid support, taking a lot more responsibilities, both of the household and parenting, on her plate, so that my father could fuel his creative pursuits. She was his first sounding board and the most honest critique to almost all of his creative work. In her own right, she was a very good administrator at her workplace, having retired as the CEO of the Rajya Sangeet Academy.
মজার কথা শুনেন ভাই আমার নাকি বুদ্ধি নাই, মজার কথা শুনেন ভাই আমার নাকি বুদ্ধি নাই, সহজ কথা স্পষ্ট কইরা কই, বিজ্ঞরা কয় হে খোকা তুমি হইলা আস্ত বোকা, এই অপবাদ হাসি মুখে সই।
I remember when my father would be known by a lot of different names. He would be known as the CGA, operating at the helm of a big government position with very different kind of roles and responsibilities. On one hand, he was Ranjan Prasad, the music composer, the lyricist, the balladeer. But if you ask me, I remember my father to be more than anything. He was a deep researcher and he had a very strong academic rigor about him. More than I remember him performing and singing, I used to remember that for hours he used to sit in his study, he used to do his research, he used to write different ideas that he had, and that idea he would transcend into some sort of be it a music, be it a poem, be it an article in a newspaper. So he had that academic rigor about him, and I think for him his forms of expression was not an art form in itself. It was a kind of a movement that he had in his mind. I think his field of research was banned in music, and that same rigor he had in his profession, in his vocation, and in all fields of his life.
I remember I was doing a program on Nelson Mandela. I had gone to him and I said, Ranjan, would you like to record something on Nelson Mandela? He spoke quite spontaneously, which I used. This was the opening program of SARC.
আফ্রিকার অঙ্গীকার কৃষ্ণসার কাব্যকার, আফ্রিকার অঙ্গীকার কৃষ্ণসার কাব্যকার, বেঞ্জামিন মোলোয়েজ ভাই আমার, আফ্রিকার অঙ্গীকার কৃষ্ণসার কাব্যকার, বেঞ্জামিন মোলোয়েজ ভাই আমার, আফ্রিকার অঙ্গীকার কৃষ্ণসার কাব্যকার। আমার ঘরের বাঁয়ে থাকেন রাখহরি, ডান দিকের পড়শি আমার আল্লাহ রাখা। কেউ বলতো এক বৃন্তে দুটি কুসুম, কেউ বলতো একই গাছের দুটি শাখা। রাখহরি মজুর ছিল কারখানাতে, আল্লাহ রাখা খিদিরপুরে জাহাজ ঘাটে। হপ্তা যা পায় মোটামুটি দিন চলে যায়, দুঃখে সুখে দুজনারই সময় কাটে। মাঝখানে যে আমি, ও ভুলেই গেছি, ধর্ম বা জাত কি যে আমার কেউ জানে না। রাখহরি আল্লাহ রাখা ভেবেই মরে, আমার নিরেট অবস্থাটা কেউ মানে না। চল মিন্ডি আসাম যাব, দেশে বড় দুঃখ রে, চল মিন্ডি আসাম যাব, দেশে বড় দুঃখ রে, আসাম দেশে রে মিনি চা বাগান হরিয়া। গ্যাংটকের পথে was in fact written and composed on a jeep, actually driving from Shiliguri to Tista Bazar and then crossing the river Tista to Gangtok. So this song was written because I couldn't help writing it. It was more a sketch, more a picture than a song. It was one of the initial highway blues written ever in Bengali songs. জনহীন জাতীয় সড়ক, সর্পিল যেন পাইথন, রাস্তার ধার ঘেঁষে নির্জন পাইনের বন, কম বেশি অঢের সবুজ সারি সারি চায়ের বাগান, বন থেকে ভেসে আসে পাহাড়িয়া পুষ্পের ঘ্রাণ। ঘুরন্ত জিপের চাকায় হাইওয়ে যেন গান গায়, ঘুরন্ত জিপের চাকায় হাইওয়ে যেন গান গায়, বহু দূরে দেখা যায় আর্মি ট্রাকের কনভয়।
আয় যাবি কে ধুলি মেলায়, জয় গীতা বাবু ঝুলন, এই ঝরা শীতের বেলায় বীরভূমের বাউল মিলন।
Talking about Ranjan Prasad, it's really a great opportunity for me to pay tribute to a living legend of music.
পুরবাসী জাগো চোখ মেলে দেখো রাত্রির পরপারে, ক্লান্ত সেনানি কড়া নাড়ে ওই নগর তোরণ ধারে। পুরবাসী জাগো চোখ মেলে দেখো রাত্রির পরপারে।
First met Ranjan Da in 2012 at Sufi Sutra. Then onwards, we have done many things together. 2014, his first album, which we released, Deshantare Bhashantare, which were also another great poet, Arun Chakraborty, joined us to celebrate the moment. 2015, Ranjan Da went to Morocco along with the team, and there even performed with an Israeli musician in a beautiful music concert presented by the women of Morocco. And 2000 then onwards, every World Music Day, Ranjan Da always has come forward and played a new music, always keeping peace in mind. So I think music for peace, which is the motto of us, I think Ranjan Da is truly a great addition and a celebration of that.
কথা দিলাম আসবো আবার ফিরে। এই পাহাড় বনভূমি এই ছোট নদী তীরে কথা দিলাম।
Ranjan Prasad is also a beautiful personality who has never taken music commercially. I'm not saying that people who take it commercially are doing anything wrong, but I'm saying our journey and Ranjan Prasad's journey, that's where we coincide. So he is a true icon, as I mentioned, and really an icon for tomorrow's generation and today's generation, because he is a father figure for music for peace. I think that's the impact that he has created, and I feel his contribution will go a long way in future.
We are very much proud of Prasad Ranjan Das, hailing from the family of Deshabandhu Chittaranjan Das. He has so many qualities of head and heart. I cannot just speak out a few of them even. His concert, which he put up here in the Vivekananda Hall, was not just an unusual performance. It was a unique experience of a journey to his creative world, which was joined by the entire packed up auditorium.
চাঁদের চর বাতাসে বেঁধেছি এ ঘর,
রূপলি চাঁদের চর বাতাসে বেঁধেছি এ ঘর, দক্ষিণে খোলা জানালায়
ছোড়ো হাওয়ার গান শোনায়,
রূপলি চাঁদের চর বাতাসে বেঁধেছি এ ঘর।
As an urban planner working in social development, a lot of what I do today is inspired by the deep respect for people and communities that stands at the root of our existence. All of my father's creative endeavors, be it his music, poetry, or writing, always celebrated the diversity of thoughts and culture. An ever optimist, he aspired for a more wholesome approach in arts that had a place for everyone under the sun.
সাকে একটা রুটি একটি বোতল জল, চলার পথে এইটুকু সম্বল, মাথার উপর আকাশ আছে পায়ের তলায় পথ, আশ্রয়ে রয়েছে বনতল, পথহীন পথ বেয়ে চলেছি তাই গান গেয়ে, পথহীন পথ বেয়ে চলেছি তাই গান গেয়ে, গিটারেরও সুরে সুরে চলেছি অজানা টুরে, গিটারেরও সুরে সুরে চলেছি অজানা টুরে।
To me, one of the most defining features of Mr. Ranjan Prasad's music is this very, very rare quality of how his music appeals to both the heart and the mind at the same time. Now we all hear and see things, the same things, but it takes a true artist to put it in a way that leaves you inspired and in awe about the beauty in the smallest of details. He has been places and seen things, but not many have the eye to see the Pahari path in the country roads or a Ghore Fera Shur in a Jamaican farewell sung halfway across the world. The more we see, the more we realize how similar we are. To me, Mr. Ranjan Prasad is a man who wears many, many hats, but the hat that I personally like to see him the most in is that of a storyteller, an honest, globe-trotting troubadour, a one the society of this day and age needs so badly, but has so few of.
তোমার ঘুম ভাঙা চোখে ভোরের আলোর মায়া, শিথিল কবরিতে ঘনায় ঝড়ের মেঘ ছায়া, অতীত থেকে অতীত মোরা শহর থেকে বনে যখন প্রথম প্রেম এসেছিল তোমার আমার মনে, সেই ভালোবাসা স্মৃতি হয়ে জড়ায় পায়ে পায়, তবু নয়ন কেন নীরব নিরাশায়।
From his college days in the 60s, Ranjan Prasad was driven by a vision to usher in a new era of Bengali music. Inspired by legends like Himango Biswas, Bhupen Hazarika, Porimal Dasgupta and Kali Dasgupta, he balanced his demanding career as an architect with a relentless quest to explore the depths of folk and country music. His passion bridged two worlds. On one side, the influence of the Western icons like John Lennon, Leonard Cohen, Pete Seeger, and Bob Dylan. And on the other, the timeless melodies of Rabindranath Tagore, Nazrul Islam, Lalun Phokir, Hasan Raja, and the soulful baths and bowls of Bengal. Together, these inspirations fueled his journey to create something truly unique in Bengali music.
Well, music is not a stationary thing, it's like a flowing river. And because it is very much a moving thing, the baton changes from hand to hand. And I believe the next generation who are now changing the baton for their race will do and take music further. All my blessings, love for them, they are doing very well. My only advice is that they should not be uprooted from the root.
কোথায় হারালো রে আমার মন, কোথায় পেল মনে মতো ঠাঁই।
Ranjan has a special ability to compose and sing.
সবুজ ধান খেতে সীমানায় আমার নাগরিক মনে ঝড়ের হাওয়া লাগে।
Ranjan is a big figure. He is a father figure.
কখন টুটে যায় আমার নাগরিক মনে ঝড়ের হাওয়া লাগে।
He is a true icon, as I mentioned, and really an icon for tomorrow's generation and today's generation.
আমি জানি চিরদিন জলে ভাসে মেঘ ছায়া, নদীর ধারা সাগর পানি ধায়।
So I think I wish you the best to have this time and contribute fully to these vocations of yours. And because I know there is so much that you have to give, and there is so much that we as a society can learn from you. So wish you all the best.
বাঁধনগুলো কখন টুটে যায়।
Ranjan Prasad, a true change maker in the realm of Bengali music, revered and loved across the globe.
আমরা আজকে দুজন মিলে রঞ্জন দা এই বিমগ্ন উদাসীন তোমার এই গান, যেটা আমার ফেভারিট গান, এবং এই ইউনিক নাম, এরকম নামের বাংলা গান হয়তো বিমগ্ন উদাসীনের আগে আর হয়নি। সেই গানটাই আমরা দুজন মিলে গাইবো। আর সবাই কথাটা বললাম যখন, যারা দেখছেন তারাও, আপনারা অনেকেই নিশ্চয়ই জানেন, আপনারাও গাইবেন। কোথায় হারালো রে আমার মন, কোথায় পেল মনে মতো ঠাই, দূরে বহু দূরে যে আকাশ নেমে আসে, সুদূর ধান খেতে সীমানা, আমার নাগরিক মনে ঝড়ের হাওয়া লাগে, বাঁধনগুলো কখন টুটে যায়, আমার নাগরিক মনে ঝড়ের হাওয়া লাগে, বাঁধনগুলো কখন টুটে যায়।
For Ranjan, music is an endless quest, a journey that continues to captivate both the masses and the classes. Even today, as a pioneer of modern Bengali music, he remains deeply immersed in the joy of creation, forever engaged in the art that defines his life. His ballad is one that never ends, resonating with the timeless spirit of his passion.
Now comes that famous calypso written by Lord Virgie, made famous by Harry Belafonte, a song that I translated long time ago as a final year student of B College. Much later recorded from his master's voice and gained the love of every person cutting across the age.
আহা পথের প্রান্তে ওই সুদূর গায়ে যেথা সময় থমকে থামে বটের ছায়, আহা সন্ধ্যা দ্বীপ জালে তারার টিপ, কত ফুলের গন্ধে মোর মন মাতায়, হায় কোন সুদূর সেই স্বপ্নপুর, মোর মন যে গায় ঘরে ফেরার সুর, মোর পথ চেয়ে আজও সেই মেয়ে বুঝি স্বপ্ন যার মনে গান গে, কোন সুদূর সেই স্বপ্নপুর, মোর মন যে গায় ঘরে ফেরার সুর, মোর পথ চেয়ে আজও সেই মেয়ে বুঝি স্বপ্ন যার মনে গান গে, কোন সুদূর সেই স্বপ্নপুর, মোর মন যে গায় ঘরে ফেরার সুর, মোর পথ চেয়ে আজও সেই মেয়ে বুঝি স্বপ্ন যার মনে গান গে।